Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a great weekend. Nonetheless, a happy Sunday. We're going to do Chapter 17's discussion board, whereas find a news story online having to do with a conflict or negotiations in business. Tell the class about the story and be sure to point out how the chapter material is reflected in the story. And can you make any suggestions to facilitate the content of the conflict based on the chapter material? Okay, cool. So the article that I pulled up is just a story of a Taiwan point smelter labor strike that is occurring right now as of the beginning of May, actually. And just a quick summary on it is just that it's involving the Taiwan Point aluminum smelter that's over in New Zealand. And it's the company's owned by Rio Tinto, which is a massive global mining company. But basically, the workers there are just actually involved in a strike, right? This has actually been a collective bargaining strike since all the way back in 2024, I believe. And it's been going back and forth for the past 2 years. But now they're like at a very standstill moment. Their union organization is E2 Union. That's who's representing these workers. And they're saying it's more about the company is saying that the organization is fighting over money. But in reality, their main basis on the problem is that they're wanting like just basic rights and like good labor standards and actual fair treatment on the job. Whereas Rio Tinto, the actual company owners, are just holding their ground and claiming that their benefits package for their company is already competitive with the rest of the market. And so it's kind of like a standoff on where they're going to be at for now. So the way I think they should handle this, or I guess we should just see what the actual issue of the conflict is, right? So based off the chapter, the type of conflict that is occurring right now is structural, is internal structural and goal incapability, right? And so what I mean is that Rio Tinto's goal is likely cost efficiency and maintaining a competitive like market base on labor costs, but unfortunately the union's goal is focused on worker rights and maximizing like just basic necessities on the job, right? Just basic labor standards. So this is an internal structural conflict because the two parties are competing over the same limited pool of resources, despite the fact that they're overlapping, right? But the way that they're actually like handling it is rather than being integrative and just handling things that need to be fair and to set the standards, they're just meeting the demands of interest rather than the demands of needs, right? And so it's distributive in nature, the bargaining approach that they're going for, which is basically just a win-lose approach, where every dollar gained by the workers is seen as a dollar lost by the company, when in reality that's not how that works at all. And so this